involved in a dispute with someone before you turn to the court, or even after you're already involved in the court process, mediation is something that anyone could consider. And the mediator is someone that is trained in negotiating and resolving disputes. It doesn't have to be an attorney. It could be a therapist. It could be just someone that's trained in mediation. And it certainly, in many cases, can be an attorney. When someone is acting in the capacity of a mediator, they are impartial. So, what that means is you have a free forum to speak without fear of being judged, without fear of being told it has to be a certain way. When someone's an attorney, like myself, and mediates, we have to set that hat aside, and we do not give legal advice in mediation. The role of mediation is to get two parties to come to a resolution or to narrow their issues as much as possible. So oftentimes some people would question, why would I go to mediation? It's not legally binding, but it does help narrow the issues. It also helps you address the issues sooner. It is a voluntary process. So when someone comes to mediate in our office, we let them know that it's voluntary. It requires both parties to agree to want to try to resolve the dispute. And at any point in time, a party can decide that mediation isn't serving them and they can leave at that point. But in many cases, people are able to at least narrow down their issues and then focus on the issues that they can't resolve. And in some cases, they resolve all of their issues. In the event that you are able to resolve your issues, it can be a cost saving tool so that if you're going through a legal process, you would just simply have the agreement drawn up and it can be submitted to the court. If you are having a dispute in a different realm, it may not even necessitate a legal process. Perhaps you're having a dispute with a neighbor, and by sitting down with the mediator, you're able to resolve that dispute. It's not something going through the court. It's something where two people come to a meeting of the minds and are able to resolve their issues. So sometimes it is beneficial to consult with the mediator before you consult with an attorney so that you can try to resolve the dispute without having to file anything through the court. But even if you do have an attorney, a mediator is impartial, so they can sit down with both sides, whereas a lawyer only represents one person and only has that person's interest at heart. If you do have attorneys, yes, you can go through mediation with your attorneys present. You can also involve third parties, but oftentimes it's best recommended that you consult with your attorney outside of the mediation process and that you sit down with the mediator and the other party in the mediation. And then hopefully you can resolve your issues without having to go to court.